How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse episode. Super exciting restock today. Come along, I'll show you. Our first stop on our Discraft journey is next to what some are calling the greatest putter ever invented. Some people are saying this is gonna be the putter of the year in 2024. That's the Banger GT. If you haven't caught on yet, this is my putter for 2024. It won my putter bracket. I was just absolutely banging some putts, no pun intended, before Sci Guy showed up here. Unique putter in that it has a grip track here, so like your thumb sits, it makes it feel like a more shallow putter with giving you the characteristics of a deeper putter. Very unique. I used to throw them all the time. That's why I was comfortable putting them on my putter pole, because I know I'm comfortable with the feel of it and how my fan grip works. I don't even really notice the groove track underneath. And the release was always so clean. Backhand, I was able to beat it. I always threw a D-line one, which now is called putter blend, and I was able to beat it up to where it's just a hyzer flip to slow turn, just the putter of my dreams, to be honest with you. We have a bunch of them in putter line. We also have them in jawbreaker. So I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little nervous about putting with them, like putting with them. But as a throwing putter, an approach disc putter, even like little touchy forehands with a little split grip, it's a phenomenal disc. So we just got a big restock of those in. If you want to get ahead of the trend, because like I said, once people start seeing, you know, you've seen me putt. You know, once people start seeing my putt and draining them left and right, I never miss putts. I'm at least 95% inside C1X in all of our videos every time, without a doubt. Once that starts happening, these things are gonna fly off the shelf. So if you want to get ahead of the trend, you can pick one up now. As we move down the line, I think we highlighted some of these buzzes before, but I just want to highlight two specific plastics. We have basically every plastic of buzz you could ever imagine. First off, the X Buzz. If you're looking to get that hyzer flip buzz quickly, the X Buzz is the way to go, because it has the feel of like a premium plastic, but it's a baseline plastic. It's kind of like in between putter blender D and like a Z or ESP. And so the X Blade, it still has that like good tacky feel, still has a little bit more of a premium plastic feel, but the quality of a baseline. So what that allows you to do is hit some trees, beat it up, and you'll get a really fun hyzer flip to turn buzz quickly with the X Buzz. Or if you just want to look awesome out there on the course, you can go fly die route. These things look like a lot of fun when they're spinning through the air. That was a really bad spin, but you know what I'm saying. Moving down the line, we had some Buzz OS restocks. We have a bunch more cranks in stock, one of the most underrated discs on the market. Another thing, people love overstable discs, right? People talk about the tilt all the time. People love the Firebird, flat top Firebirds. People love Felons, Saki Bomb Felons. No one's really talking about the Machete. It's Brody Smith's overstable disc of choice. He has the Raptor in his bag, but when he needs beef, he goes to the Machete. And not a lot of people are talking about it. It's a little bit faster. It's unique in that it's an 11 speed. In your hand, it feels almost like a 10.5. Like it doesn't quite feel like that Wraith Surge level speed, but it doesn't feel Firebird-esque. So if you've always wanted, you're really comfortable forehanding distance drivers and you want that consistent overstable flight, you're looking for something more overstable than your Raptor, more overstable than your Firebird, and you want it to be a little faster too, the Machete is like the perfect disc. They're basically always board flat. I don't think I've ever seen a Domi Machete, stiff rim, just everything about them screams, I want to finish and get to the ground. And that's what the Machete is there for, yet a lot of people don't throw it for some reason. So again, another very cool Discraft disc. We have basically every Discraft mold in stock currently. And the last one I want to highlight is down here. We have the Ringer 1-2 punch. So first off, we just have your basic soft Ringer. So the Ringer is almost like a lower profile zone. It's not going to be as overstable, but if you want something that feels a little bit shallower, not as thick in the rim, go for the Ringer. Brody actually loves the Ringer. He takes a putter blend one, beats the snot out of it, and he would throw like crazy trick shot hyzer flips and backhands that could look like a forehand when he threw them. He was using the Ringer for a lot of those. I think at one point it was even his scuba disc for a little bit. So you can check the Ringer out. Very underrated disc, not made super often. I don't know if it's ever, other than like Ledgestone runs, made in premium plastic, but really great approach disc if you're looking for a little bit straighter, different feeling zone type approach disc. And then moving over, its bigger brother, the Ringer GT. So this is basically, you take the Ringer, you add a little bit of groove top, and then the other thing that separates it from, like, they obviously came out with the Ringer top zone, is the bead on the bottom. So this is actually like Discraft's Pig, more or less. So if you're a big Robbie C fan, but you don't like Innova's plastic, you don't like R Pro, or you don't like how pigs get domey in the middle sometimes and they can feel really weird, sorry Robbie C, but it's the truth. Check out the Ringer GT. This one's actually a soft, so if you're a big R Pro fan, pick up the soft Ringer GT, but it'll give you that nice, consistent, overstable finish. You'll be able to beat it in to be dead straight, just sniping baskets with forehands and backhands, and The Groove Track top gives a very clean release in my experience. I've used to use these way back in the day. We were only a Discraft brand, and basically you had Paul's bag, you had Brody's bag, and then Trevor and I, we did a bag draft of all the molds not in their bag. Obviously they had zones, they had buzzes, so we had to replace those molds with other things. My zone replacement I ended up with was the Ringer GT. So I threw a Jawbreaker one for a long time. I also had a Z Flex one. I really, really liked it. I really enjoyed it. And the only reason I took it out is because the zone's technically a better disc when it's all said and done. But if you're looking for something a little unique, a little different, check out the Ringer GT.
Gonna show you some apparel. It is the perfect time of year for a lot of our apparel. The weather's a little bit colder. So we have two different kinds of apparel. If you've never bought apparel from Foundation, we have some on-hand apparel right now, and then we also have print on demand, okay? The difference is, obviously the on-hand apparel we have in our warehouse, the print on demand, it's made once you order it. And I mention that because the print on demand apparel right now what is the last day? 10th. The 10th is the last day you can order the print on demand and have it guaranteed before Christmas because it takes a little bit longer. It has to be made on demand. So if you want to get any of the print on demand apparel, you need to do that by the 10th, and then it'll be guaranteed to arrive before Christmas. I'm wearing one of the most popular print on demand items right now. This is a crew neck. It is embroidered. Print on demand doesn't mean bad quality. It's all really good quality. This is an embroidered crew neck right here. We have this in a few different colors. I wear this a ton on the channel. I love it. A lot of people have liked this one, and we have a ton of other print on demand apparel as well. It will mention that when you buy if it's print on demand or not, but it comes in on the 10th. Or if you order on the 10th, it'll come in before Christmas. Now, some of the stuff we still have left, we have a few of our on-hand apparel left as well. We have these long sleeve dry fits still. We have the blue washed hoodie, one of the favorites. Jason's rocking the blue washed hoodie today. And then we also have, I think, just a few and maybe limited sizes, but we do have some of the windbreakers as well, the quarter zips. And that was fast. And we also have a lot of hats on the website. One of the favorites being these dad hats. This one's dirty. It won't come with dirt on it, especially when you throw it off the ground. Hey, wipes off though. Wipes off really great. These performance dad hats. I'm also wearing a hat that, do we have any of these in stock as well? Those? Yes. No, we're out. We're out of stock of these, so you can't have this one, but you can have these ones. And these are performance dad hats. These are actually my favorite hats we've done. We have a few different colors of these. So yeah, a lot of apparel. Oh, one more thing to mention. Anytime you make an order on the website during, for how long, Brad? How long for the water bottle thing? Until Christmas. So if you're looking for a good stocking stuffer, anytime you make an order until Christmas, you're gonna get a pop-up on the website, and it is gonna give you the option to buy a Foundation water bottle for only $6. That is a more than 50% discount. It's a huge discount. $6 for a nice water bottle. These hold 32 ounces up to here, so maybe a little bit, you might be able to sneak another ounce in there. We have a few different colors. We got red, blue, and like a smoke, like black colored one as well. They get the job done and have our logo on them. So if you want a really great water bottle for only $6, keep an eye out for that pop out. When you make an order, it'll pop up on your screen. So just to remind you, apparel on the site, if you want to get anything print on demand like this, order it by the 10th to get it before Christmas. Pick up a water bottle after you make your order and it pops up on the screen. There you have it, apparel.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry, I was just enjoying a nice Christmas morning with my buddy the snowman and these Christmas jades. They put a Santa hat on an elephant. That's very fun. This is part of their easy to throw line, but don't let that fool you away from it. These things are incredible. If you've thrown the diamond and it's too flippy for you, you don't want that. You've thrown the sapphire, you're like, why the heck is this thing way too overstable? It barely flips up sometimes. The jade is your answer. It'll be a nice hyzer flip to slow turn disc. The easy to throw scares people away because yes, this one's 155 grams. So don't throw it in wind. Tailwind, great time. Headwind, stay away. But if you're just looking for a really nice, fun hyzer flip fairway driver, throw the jade. It's incredible. It's very underrated, and I think that's mainly because people see easy to throw and think, oh, I've been playing for too long, I can't throw an easy to throw disc. Once you've been playing for long enough, you realize that's exactly what you want to throw, because easy means just that, easy. Next up, we have the Sampo. This is a newer disc. I think it's actually an old disc. It's newer to me. I had never thrown it. I took it out to a field. It's almost like a pushing PD. Like it has a little bit of a flip up, but it won't like flip over and burn on you by any means. I was throwing on hyzer, and I was getting like that fighting hyzer that just went forever. If I threw it flat, I was getting nice S shots out of it. Really comfortable, subtle dome to it there, a little bit of pop top. Very fun. Forehand, backhand, just all around a comfortable disc. If you haven't seen the Sampo, or as Connor pronounced it, the shampoo, because he thought there was an H there, really nice disc. Next up, speaking of the diamond, we have frost diamonds. It's getting cold outside. Winter is upon us. Winter's coming. No, winter's here. The frost plastic's nice, gummy, lets you dig your thumb in a little bit, and when it gets cold, it'll stiffen it up, so where this feels more just like your typical Lucid or Opto. So if you love the diamond, you want to continue throwing it, but you don't want that, you know, the plastic rips the skin off your fingers every time you play in the winter, check out their frost plastic diamonds. Really fun trick shot disc. Also in their frost plastic, we have the Fuse. Same exact thing. The Fuse is a phenomenal mid-range. It's actually in my bag. If you watch my latest Break 68, you saw it save my butt on, I think, 3 or 4 occasions. One of the all-time great flippy mids, I'm willing to say it. And frost plastic, I absolutely love gummy plastic. I might have to grab one of these. It would knock out the like smiley face Fuse out of my bag, but we'll see what happens there. Next down the line, we have some VIP Moonshine harps. If you're looking for a very nice, consistent, overstable approach disc, and you want one that's a little bit deeper than a zone, you want something that feels a little bit closer to a putter, check out the harp. It's going to give you all that flight, all that bite that you need. These Moonshine ones are nice and board flat too. Sometimes the premium ones can get a little domey, not these. And they're going to give you all the stability you could ever want. We also have some gold ice anchors. So the anchor was released similar closely to the Claymore, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It was at one point one of Ricky's signature discs way back when he was with Latitude. And it's a just consistent, overstable 5-speed. It's probably the closest thing they have to a Rock 3, and the gold ice plastic gives it a little bit more bite. Trevor was absolutely loving this when we were throwing it for social media. Really nice, consistent, overstable flight, forehand, backhand. You name it, it does it. Speaking of Trevor, we have the Sake Bomb Slammer here. This is actually a different stamp than I've seen before. It's like the Sake Bomb got blown up and shattered there above the Slammer, so that's fun. But if you're looking for a really overstable, no glide, but comfortable feeling approach disc, check out the Sake Slammer. It's a lot of fun. While we're sticking with Sake Bomb, we have some Raptor Eye Fusion Enforcer. These things are gorgeous. This one in particular is pink/blue oil slick 175. You want to grab this exact one on the site, but it's exactly what it sounds like. Pink outside, blue inside, oil slick Raptor Eye stamp in the middle there. These discs are unreal. They're so gorgeous, and the Enforcer is just a great, consistent, overstable distance driver, so that's a lot of fun as well. The Aliens are coming, and now they're here with the EMAC Judge Alien stamp. Basically, a bunch of tiny little EMACs make up this Alien. That's always fun. It's a classic Moonshine Alien EMAC Judge. Really comfortable. Basically, the EMAC Judge is just a thinner or a smaller bead than the typical Judge. So it's between kind of the Judge and the Warden is where that EMAC Judge fits. So if that sounds like something you want, you can check these out. Moving down the line, we got another flippy mid, and I believe this is their Elasto is what Westside calls the frost plastic, and it's the Tersis. Nice, if you don't like the feel of the Fuse, you want something a little different. Similar flight to the Fuse though. You can check out the Tersis. That one also, this used to be my brother's favorite disc back in the day. I don't know if he still throws one, I should probably ask him. But great hyzer flip, slow turn disc, a lot of fun. And last but certainly not least, that overstable bite you want, Sake Bomb Felon. This is more overstable than your typical Felon. This is in their Supreme Orbit plastic, some of the best plastic on the market. If you're looking for a headwind fighter, just rip stuff on backhand, it's gonna get down to the ground, throw some flex forehands. The Sake Bomb Felon is your one-stop shop. Now, if you could leave me be, I've got more Christmas music to listen to.
All right, we're over here at the Inova table. A lot of Inova going up on the site lately. I don't know if you've been paying attention. Well, if you haven't, I'm going to give you a little recap of some great molds. Number one, why aren't we throwing Gators anymore, okay? When I was getting into disc golf, Gators were all the rage. That's what everybody used as their overstable approach disc. Nobody even knew what Discraft was back then, let alone the Zone. And the Star Gator is a great one. This is actually the first Gator I ever owned, not this exact disc, but a Star Gator. Gators are awesome. They're a unique feeling disc, a little bit faster than like a Zone type disc and a lot of the typical ones that come out these days, but I'd recommend giving them a shot because people that do like figure out these discs and like will figure out about them and use these discs always love them. Like anybody who tries the Gator really likes them. A lot of the Inova guys today still throw them. Like I know Joel Freeman does for sure. And yeah, they're just an incredibly reliable, awesome disc. And we've got Star ones right now, so check it out. Another great disc I want to tell you about is the Eagle, Champion Eagle here. This is another one of my first discs that I ever had was a Champ Eagle. I had an orange one, it was amazing. But I think the Eagle gets slept on a little bit because a lot of people throw T-Birds and Thunderbirds and they just kind of skip over the Eagle. But the Eagle is such an incredible disc. Calvin Heiberg's fairway of choice, he absolutely shreds with these things. They basically just have a little more overstability than a T-Bird. And other than that, they feel pretty similar. They're maybe a little bit deeper. They're a little bit better for forehands, but I actually prefer this disc just because out of the box, they're usually a little more predictable for me. I know exactly what they're gonna do. Like a Champ Eagle is a disc that you can buy, and almost every time they're gonna do something very similar. So if you haven't checked out the Eagle, I would highly recommend it. I think it's a disc that people forget about nowadays in the Inova lineup, but it is so much fun, and I love the Eagle. And then I just want to highlight, we recently got, with our big restock, two of the, probably in my opinion, the best two distance drivers ever made. We just got them restocked pretty nicely. So that would be the Wraith and the Destroyer. We've got them in all different kinds of plastics. I have a Star Wraith and a Star Destroyer here. This Destroyer is actually a bottom stamped Star Destroyer. I think we have bottom stamped Wraiths and Destroyers. And that means that you have a clean look on top. You also can dye them. You've got a blank canvas to work with. And you get the cool bottom stamp on there that still identifies the disc. So yeah, if you're looking to pick up two of the best distance drivers ever made, the Destroyer and the Wraith is kind of like the little brother to the Destroyer, just a tick slower and a tick less stable. But they're both phenomenal discs, and we had a really good run come in this time. So make sure to check out those two. All right, got to show off some Prodigy, and for a specific reason. If you hadn't already heard, they did a collaboration with the NHL, the National Hockey League, and have done a release with all 32 NHL teams, okay? They have these black PA3s, and they have one with every single team stamp on it. I've got the Blues, the Canadians there, the Islanders, and we have every team in stock right now, okay? So those are the black PA3s. I think there's also one that has just the NHL logo, if you just are a big fan of the league. You know, love the commission, Gary Bettman. We also have a few special edition discs with this NHL collab. We've got the Battle of Alberta here, the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers. These are both Spectrum PA5s. And then we've got another, like a throwback series here. These are M4s. And we've got like the old school Flames logo and the Hartford Whalers logo on this one as well. So a ton of cool NHL discs. Go to our Prodigy collection to check those out. We have every single team available in those PA3s, all 32 of them. Great gift for the hockey fan in your life.
All right, last but not least, we're gonna talk through some stocking stuffers. It's that time of year, you know, you're buying your friends' friends, your friends' kids, your kids' friends, your wife, your husband, your brothers, everyone. You're buying everyone's stocking stuffers, and they're all disc golf related because that's just what you do. And we got a bunch of good ones here. I'm gonna highlight a few specific ones that I'm really excited about. We got minis, we got disc dots, we've got all kinds of stuff. Heck, if the stocking's big enough, you can throw discs in there. But I wanna talk through Ripped Revenge, right? So first off, we've got the actual game, Ripped Revenge. We also have other additions to the game, such as Ripped Showdown. If you have a bunch of friends and they're varied skill levels, and when you go out, you know, it's sometimes not fun to always lose to your buddy or always beat up on your buddies, and you want a way to level the playing field, Ripped Revenge does that. These cards have all kinds of fun twists on the game. You can alter the rules. If you haven't watched it played on our YouTube channel, you can go over there and have a great time watching it, and then pick up Ripped Revenge for yourself. All you need is just this deck to play, but there's a lot more you can do with other stuff. So I'm gonna walk you through all that too. First off, you already have Ripped Revenge and your buddies have Ripped Revenge, and you're like, man, I really wish this was a deck building game and I could just build out the best deck possible to annihilate my friends every time we go out. Let me introduce you to Ripped Revenge Evolution. This is an expansion pack that we actually partnered with K&A Games, the inventor of Ripped Revenge, to create that turns the Ripped Revenge deck into a deck building game. So you essentially get these expansion packs. They have all kinds of additional cards, and it has the rules on how you now build out your deck. Your buddy builds out their deck, and then you show up ready to battle, and we've had a lot of fun with that. There's some foundation challenges in here, making you throw crazy stuff like between your legs, pterodactyl claw, all that fun stuff. And then there's also a bunch of modifying cards in here that can be played alongside other cards. So if you've played Ripped Revenge before and you want to take it to the next level, that's exactly what this expansion pack does. Then if you're like, well, my buddies don't really have Ripped Revenge decks, but I do want a way to switch up the game, enter Ripped Showdown. Basically in this game, you can choose to be the good side or the bad side, and basically that makes you either more offensive or defensive of a player. So if you're a really good player, you go on defense. If you're a really bad player and you want to catch up, you go on offense, which is the good, the bad. And there's also the lucky, which is just some of the cards will be lucky and just have something on there that's just nice. That's Ripped Showdown. Plays similarly to Ripped Revenge, where you still get your hand, you still play the cards, but now you're attacking from two different sides, and it adds a whole new dynamic. So if you're bored of Ripped Revenge, you can pick up Ripped Showdown. And then last but not least, the deck holder. When these things first came in, I wasn't so sold on them. I'm like, okay, I don't understand why. But if you've ever played Ripped Revenge, you know how quickly some of these cards can get bent in your bag or in your pocket or in your buddy's pocket, and then you get it back and you're like, I might have to go through a whole new deck. just to play this game again. That's all avoidable with this right here. Essentially, it has a spot for the draw pile, another zipper for the discard pile, and then this front pocket for your hand. So it allows you to play Ripped Revenge, protect all the cards, and be very organized so you know exactly where the draw discard is. And right now, we also have a bundle available that kind of combines all of this together. So you just make one big purchase and then throw it in to the stocking, and boom, now someone just got the greatest Christmas gift they could possibly receive from you, which is the Ripped bundle. So if that doesn't sound like fun to you, maybe you're not having enough fun playing disc golf, and you know what solves that? Ripped Revenge. It's a solution to all your problems, as long as they're disc golf related and fun related. But other than that, check out the other stocking stuffers, fill those stockings up, and we'll see you again next week.